1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Good.
You good, Colin? Okay, Facebook. Happy Sunday morning to you. And we are here doing another YaJagoff Facebook behind the scenes. Rach, where are we?
Well, it only makes sense to do this at I Love Kickboxing with the band and Arthur Moats. I mean, I don't.
Right.
What about
together
Sunday morning
perfect.
doesn't make sense for that? Yeah.
So we are here in Kennedy Township at I Love Kickboxing. Where, as you said, Arthur Moats and the band is here. So like any normal Sunday morning, we will just go ahead and start off with a song, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and introduce them.
Let's do it. So before I say this, Leaky Faucets, right? No S. It's been said two different ways. And I'm like, I don't know why there's multiple, but you're Leaky Faucet. Okay.
Okay.
Listen, and when you say amazing, yeah, expect the amazings.
Right.
Without further ado, Leaky
Right.
Faucet,
I think it's
no
Pittsburgh,
S.
though. You should be the Leaky Spigot. All right.
There you go. There you go.
Right. Leaky Faucet. Here they go. Do it.
Oh, wow.
Every step you take
I mean, I was all right. Oh my gosh, if I could start every day. It doesn't matter if it's Saturday, Sunday, if I could start every day.
I feel
could
like
you guys just come wake me up? Like, just be in my house to get me motivated. That's what it takes to come kickbox here, right?
I think we're going to go kickbox Terrace because he did not set us up appropriately for this. He goes, hey, I have like this band. We'd like to come and like, yeah.
He totally undercut,
right.
Like, there's just a couple of us and we might sing all right, and then this shows up. So thank you. That's all I can say.
So the band's going to take a break as we get ready to start our podcast, and Tim is going to be our first guest over there. He's all ready. So this is how we start the podcast.
And this is where you see all the behind-the-scenes fun at the YaJagoff Podcast. The lots look a little different, the inventory a little thinner, but Honda has a warehouse of cars to suit your needs. And if we haven't mentioned enough, now is the time to trade in your car to get the best value for it, as well as a new pre-owned gem of your own.
Visit the showroom in Bloomfield and tell them the Jagoffs sent you, and there may be even an incentive. As always, visit Rorik.com for all of your vehicle needs. And now we start the YaJagoff Podcast.
From I Love Kickboxing in the Rocks.
Right. Cool. So
Ish.
this is the...
Is it the Rocks? Maybe not.
Yeah, it is. It's
Kennedy.
the Upper Rocks.
All
it's
right.
the Upper Rocks, yeah. So, yeah, everybody that grew up in the Rocks, eventually, they
that's how we
everybody
are.
in Kennedy grew
North
up in the Rocks,
side,
right?
and then you go to Ross Township.
So
That's
this is the YaJagoff Podcast, and if you're listening for the very first time, we ask that you subscribe to it. Go to iTunes and tell us you like us, or say something nice about our parents or something like that. And this is where we always...
I couldn't.
right. And this is when we always start the podcast. As you know, we have YaJagoff.com, where we're pointing out Jagoffs in the city of Pittsburgh.
So Tuesdays you can expect that the podcast will be there, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday there's going to be Jagoffs, because we're trying to leave Thursday with jagging around with, because there are so many stories to be told in Pittsburgh that we don't have time for all of them, and we can't always get them on the podcast, so we've reserved Thursday as jagging around with us so that we can highlight. And this past week was actually the Trolls at Phipps Conservatory. Truth be told, I'm going to go out of order, but John has never been to Phipps Conservatory. I love it. I've covered it plenty of times with the Tribune Review. We would go as our holiday excursion for my family, obviously not this past year, but we were actually able to walk through and see the Trolls exhibit, and I'm telling you, Joe Reed nailed it.
It was totally cool. And
you have to go watch it.
You have to go look at it, because it's all Pittsburgh born, all the animatronics. It's not like they went and licensed some show.
Yeah.
They built all this organically.
All right, so then this becomes a competition, because as you know, we are on 100.7 Star every day, 4:55 with Kelly for the Daily Dose of Happiness. And then we're on Elista every Friday around 10:55, pointing out who was the biggest Jagoff of the week. So basically, we look at all the headlines, the people who ridiculously stole money from a convenience store, or the road rage on the road, or people who park like jackasses or Jagoffs, and we write about them, right?
Right.
And so you have consistently won as Jagoff of the week for the last couple weeks. So Elista basically told me to step up my game. I'm not happy. I need to find it.
There's a picture on the website of a car driving down I-79 with a mattress taped to its, rope to its roof, and the mattress is flipping up like a...
It looks like a sandwich.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a Pac-Man coming down, and you're like, how are they ever going to make it home?
Yeah, but we have to reference the other two, which was the parking at North Fayette Mall, where the parker was like 10 feet from where you
Wasn't
should
even
be.
inside.
It makes John so mad. He's such an angry person. Right. And then what I thought mine was the best was the Broken City Steps, because in Brookline, they're saying there's a lot of people who don't drive. They don't have vehicles, so they have to walk to get around. And there's this set of steps that are crumbling, and they've told the city about it, and it's still not fixed. So people are walking on it to get to the bus for transportation, and it's making it worse. Tell me that shouldn't have won. See, these ladies think I'm better than you at this stuff. So.
Right. Arthur, you can go take the class if you want.
He's
and who were
so buff.
He just turned us down. He's like, no.
Well, he was already irritated with me for my introduction on the pre-intro.
There you go. So on the podcast this week is Arthur Moats, who's been with us for numerous podcasts, is now, this is his post-COVID return.
Yes,
to the
we've
YaJagoff
missed
podcast.
him. That's no exaggeration, for sure.
And
we purposely only had one guest. We try to have a couple different ones. We purposely only had one guest this time. A, so that we can catch up with Arthur, because there's so much that we haven't talked to him about. And B, because we want to get some footage on this place, because here's how this story goes. John and I, in case you didn't know, we released a beer, and it's called the YaJagoff beer, and we were drinking that YaJagoff beer over at Bobby D's, and in comes Tim the Toolman, and he's the Toolman because he had so many resources to win that night. If you remember, he won some YaJagoff paraphernalia that he's wearing now. So that being said, we meet Tim from Cousin Brian, and he says, well, I have the kickboxing place. And we said, well, we're game. We're coming down there to do it. And now I'm scared. And I don't know. I faked a prom so that I could leave early and not have to do it. So that's the story on how we met Tim. And because we want to focus on this place and what it's like from the instruction to how it's helped really transform his life and talk to these members of the band, we thought we'll limit it a little.
Right. And we bump into Tara's at
same bar.
From the McKees Rock. Yeah, it's at the same bar. So anyway, so let's bring in Tim. Tim, pick up one of the microphones there.
Tim, is that your rendition? Is that how we met? You're good.
Oh,
it's
just
on.
hold it just like that.
On.
Yeah,
That's exactly how we met.
You stuffed the ballot box for Jagoff stuff and beer, and then we were like, well, we'll come to a pod. We got you drunk and said we're going to come to a podcast.
I never get drunk.
Oh, okay.
I'm Irish.
That's John's line. There you go.
Actually, do 1 second. Could you just count to 10 for me, Tim? Just make sure I got you.
1, 2.
Perfect. All right, cool. That's good. All right. So here we are at I Love Kickboxing. And we met you at a bar. Like, I love the story, we started drinking beers, one thing led to another, and here we are kickboxing. But kickboxing changed your life, and now you own the company. So talk about that a little bit, please.
Yeah, actually, I Love Kickboxing as a franchise. And I was displaced when I was 58, and I couldn't find a job for a while. So I bought into the franchise. I sat behind a desk for 40 years, weighed about 268 pounds, and bought into a franchise that does athletics. So I started working out. I've lost 75 pounds to date, and off the blood pressure, off of the diabetes pills, feel great.
So the obvious questions, why here?
Why here?
This location? Yes.
Well, I looked around. I had 3 territories.
Okay.
Anywhere from North Hills over to South Fayette. And I couldn't find any real estate. I was offering more than people were asking, and nobody would get back to me. Finally, the owner of this complex got back to me. They were getting rid of the Rite Aid that was here because they moved across the street. So we divided it up between Dollar General and me, and about 3 months later, we were up and operational. Took about 20 months to find a location.
Wow. And how long have you been in location here?
This will be our 3rd year.
Oh, that long.
The beginning of the 3rd year.
I don't think I knew that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
But
So-
let's talk about maybe the location is also close to Bobby D's.
Smart.
Oh, hey, best smoked joint in place.
It is. It's for sure. So
In the
basically,
Berg.
you can go eat and then come work out, and then you're good. You can go about your day.
I would work out and then go in.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like to throw up on my mats.
And then beer? Is it like a back and forth?
I only do martinis now. That's how I lost the weight.
Oh, okay.
Oh. So talk a little bit about that. Everybody says I want to lose that 10 or I have more to lose. Everybody has that weight loss scenario. What happened that you were like, I'm going to do this? And not only do this, but make it my livelihood based on the fact that you had worked in a different position all those years?
Yeah, sitting behind a desk, I was a CPA and CFO. It's natural just to work your butt off for 60, 70, 80 hours a week, and you never had the time, so it's an excuse, really.
Sure.
But when I woke up after I got displaced and was looking at different franchises, I was being drawn into the different fitness ones that are out there. But I chose this one because when I was younger, I used to like to fight a little bit.
Okay.
So hitting the bag got some stress out. It's amazing how much stress is relieved after hitting the bag. It's it's truly amazing.
Do you allow people to put pictures on the bags of people they want to
We actually have an annual event the day before Valentine's.
Is that wrong?
Oh, that would be
And
my
it's called
favorite.
Shred Your Excuses.
Oh,
It used to be called Shred Your Exes, but that became politically incorrect.
Yes.
Oh, for crying out loud. I don't think it is. I say bring it back. I hate Valentine's
We're
Day. I will be
podcasting.
here.
Listen,
And
we
we
have-
got a perfect shirt for you.
Oh, what's it say?
Blah, 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 Valentine's Day. Let's kickbox.
I am married for almost 21 years. It's not like I have some backstory. It's just that, listen, I never liked Valentine's Day because you don't need one day to say I love you. You should be telling somebody you care for them all the time, not this stupid hokey Valentine's Day
But-
when roses go up to $150 a bouquet.
there.
Ben.
How about that?
Hey, that's what capitalism's all about.
Yeah.
Right.
Create a
Right.
holiday so you can sell something.
You're
Right,
right.
and we're going to create YaJagoff Day at some point, and
Here.
we're going to have parades and all kind of stuff. Yeah. So, Tim, is this also a form of? It's not martial arts, but it can be used as, or can the moves be used as self-defense or anything like that?
Yeah, we basically teach 6 punches and 6 kicks.
Okay.
We throw in a novelty kick occasionally. Today we actually have a Superman punch. So the technique is the proper technique, and if you learn how to do it and build up your speed and endurance, then obviously it's going to be a good self-defense measurement. But we're mainly here to get people back in health, back in shape, and to relieve stress. I mean, like I said, it's amazing how much stress is related.
Yeah, and so we've had some yoga instructors on as well. That's one way to relieve stress. This is more aggressive, obviously, but still get that. We're watching everybody do their process now like a warm-up. It sort of still seems peaceful. It's not like you come over here and you're crazy yelling out, things and stuff like that. It's peaceful right now.
I wouldn't call it peaceful,
Okay.
especially when we get into the bag rounds.
Okay.
One of the things that we try to get people to do is exhale as they make contact with the bag.
Okay.
So in a lot of the martial arts, they actually are making noises.
Yes.
I'm probably the only one that actually makes noises as I'm punching, because predominantly we're female-based demographics.
Okay.
And the women don't get nearly as aggressive as the few men that we do get in here
Okay.
get.
Okay.
But it's a mixed audience, so we can expect
Absolutely.
you're going to see male, female, age from what to what.
16 to our oldest is 64.
Get out of town.
Okay. Walks of life, people who are looking to get back into shape, people who are just looking to kind of have something to do.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Sometimes, some people, we have different memberships. Some people come in once a week, and it's just to add on to weightlifting,
Oh, okay.
whatever else they're doing. Other people, they're coming here 3, 4, 5 times a week.
And is that when you get sort of, it's a stupid question, I guess. That's when you get the most benefit when you're doing it routinely, more than just once a week, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
depends on
we
your goal.
recommend for
Yeah.
those people to come in 2 to 3 times a week, at least at the beginning, so that they get the proper technique and form down. It's all muscle memory.
And how long does a class or whatever last? From warm up to cool down?
It's all classes you can measure with a watch. We actually are exactly 60 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So we start off with about 15 minutes of cardio work, then we go into stretching, and then we get into 8 bag rounds, 2.5 minutes long, 1 speed run, 1 minute long,
Yeah.
and then some final conditioning.
And so really, some classes are set up, and I know you and Arthur were talking about this, where you're working one particular part. Maybe it's just your core, maybe it's your leg. This is an all-over expectation,
Full
right?
body
Yeah.
and mind workout.
Okay.
Because it's amazing how much you have to think to get the combinations down correctly.
So you need coordination, I'm out.
And it's put your cell phone down.
Nobody's ever
Kidding.
out.
I'm just kidding. But
Mind over matter.
It is. Oh, that's my line. I hear you 100%. But talk a little bit about the fact that you're living proof that you've lost all of this weight. You've created this new lifestyle. What time frame for people who are like, it's never going to happen for me, right? Everybody's pushing it off to the next day. Tell us what to expect, not necessarily to see results, but to have it click and really become a routine for you, for that person.
Typically, it's about 30 days before you start getting comfortable with the combinations.
Okay. Because they're hard to do, or just that getting
it's
used
something
to
that
acclimating?
almost nobody else has ever done
Okay.
until they get here and start doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
There's very few people that we have come in here that actually knew how to box or how to kick.
Sure. Oh, so
Yeah.
technique. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So it takes about 30 days to get the muscle memory down.
Okay.
And then after that, the next 30 days, your friends will probably notice before you do.
And they'll
You
go,
heard
did
that,
you
right?
get a
You
haircut?
heard that.
Is
When
when
we
you
start
notice.
this, at day 31, if you don't say, oh, great, your hips don't look so wide, I'll be like, 31 days, bro.
Say what?
Oh, it's funny.
No, this is great. And because everybody has their thing and everybody has their reason for not, but your location is so central, parking is ideal, and you're open how often and how many days a week?
We're open 7 days a week, 7 mornings a week, 5
How
evenings
early?
a week.
How early?
The earliest class right now is 9. We used
Okay.
to have a 5:30, but and once COVID hit, a lot of our membership dropped off. And
Okay.
that morning group fell
Bring
off.
it back. Bring 5:30 back, and I'm here.
I know, right? Yeah. 5:30.
I'll bring it back tomorrow.
Let's do it. I told you. I said if we can.
Yeah,
do it,
I don't
yeah.
golf
would be
until
awesome.
9, so I
Okay.
can do
Yeah.
a class of
All right,
5.
we're
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Boom.
That's awesome. Tim, this is awesome, and I love the whole one beer led to this
Yeah.
story, and it's so awesome, and we appreciate it. So tell
Tim,
everybody.
Did you ever know that you were going to be in your gym with a full band singing like that?
No, but that was pretty cool.
How cool was that?
That was pretty cool.
If you're nice to us, maybe we'll do it again. Okay?
Sounds great.
All right.
Where does everybody find you online?
ilkbktown.com, ilovekickboxing.com. Call us up, text us, 412-668-4472.
I love it.
All right,
No,
question
I
of the
love
day.
it.
Are you
Yes.
prepared for this?
Go ahead, whatever.
He said whatever.
What, Rachel? All right. What is that thing that you ate recently that is haunting you? So this kickboxing class is perfect timing. Like, what did you eat, or what do you typically say, I can't have that?
Well, I haven't changed my diet much,
Okay.
and I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
So I like to cook pretty exotic things. One of the best things that I've cooked recently is kangaroo.
What?
It's
Okay.
like butter.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
It's perfect.
God
Okay.
bless you.
And then you do some kickboxing and you feel better.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well,
Good
yeah.
answer.
Why wouldn't you after eating kangaroo?
Good answer.
Feels kind
Yeah,
of jumpy,
I wouldn't
right?
eat it, so I don't know.
All
So
right.
I was like, wow.
What would be your what would you?
Most recently, my son bought me that almond tort cake for Mother's. I'm not a sweets
Oh.
person. I'm not, but for whatever reason, that
Nice.
time I wanted
Yeah.
you.
Mine was
Like,
last night, literally the night before this podcast. I had the Freddy hot sausage banana pepper sandwich
At
down at
Bobby
Bobby D's on Mancini's bread
Yeah.
with 3 beers. So I'm here sort of burning those things off
Well,
today,
and to throw
standing
out
here
another
holding this
McKee's
microphone.
Rocks, typically mine is bread, so
Yeah, right,
Mancini's, right?
Awesome.
All right.
Tim, thanks so much for having us. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. And so coming up, who
And
are
we
gonna-
are trying this out.
Are we going to talk to Arthur next?
No, we're talking to the band.
Talk to the band next? All right, cool. All right, cool.
So we'll get them, and then that way they can do their song. Thank you.
All right, cool. What do you guys
Huddle around.
So,
Arthur,
I guess-
we'll get you.
huddle
You okay?
I guess we have those 2 microphones if you guys want to light them or share them, or you just kind of want to pass it around. Those 2 down there.
So you guys want us to sit here?
No, just stand there because the video's shooting this way, and we didn't want to move. So you guys just go behind the wall there. Yeah, like right where Tim was. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So grab a microphone, and Terrace, if you want to sort of play the MC of introducing us to the band, you know, and pass the microphones around.
Can you guys come over here? You could be in it. Call, but you guys dressed up today, so I want to get you in the shot.
Good.
Why'd you switch me mics?
Because this one was cracking,
Oh.
and I knew how.
Why?
We're just last week's
Oh, I thought you meant like today.
No, it was.
I guess
It was cracking today.
I thought you meant you were leaving right now.
Oh no.
Are you guys
All right.
good?
All right,
My glasses
Facebook.
like hurting kittens. Let's go.
we moved.
All right,
teasing,
Facebook.
I'm
Here we
teasing.
go.
You're fine.
Close, guys.
So this is we'll have to get real close on this. All right,
Check
so
1, 2,
everybody,
check.
Facebook. This is Leaky Faucet and
No S.
right, and not Leaky Spigot. So don't blast us on your Pittsburghese on the Facebook.
But if you
right
Google
now.
it, it's going to come up, and you will not be disappointed.
Right.
I mean, I was blown away.
Right.
And like I said, I've seen some of the clips, but not expecting this, especially a morning. You know, it's not always easy to just kind of like jump into something that early when you're not used to performing it at this time. So, I mean, you guys made it effortless. Is that typically how it is? It's just like, this is what we do?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Wait,
You wake
what's
up.
that?
You wake up, and roll out of bed with your instrument in your hand, and then, oh, maybe I'll play some tunes today.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
I know.
gotcha.
I sleep. I wake up. I move the podcast mic out of my face, and I wipe my eyes when I get out of bed.
Yeah,
You know, what I
yeah.
mean, just hold it there. But
Coffee first, then
Yeah.
piano.
Okay.
Terrace, Terrace
okay.
Verchek, tell us a little bit about the band. Introduce us to the band members, please.
Absolutely. So this is Chris and Nat on drums. Did I say your last name correct?
No, it's pronounced not. Chris Not.
Oh.
All right.
Chris Knott. See, that's my Pittsburghese.
All right.
But
That's
that's
okay.
all right. It's something I've been dealing
And there's
with
not
for
an
a long
S.
time.
Right.
Carmelita Curvel,
Oh, I love that name.
vocals?
Carmelita, your voice is amazing. You're very welcome.
Tara C, lead vocals.
Oh my gosh. And you don't want to talk. I heard you say, I don't really. But you sing like amazing. I mean, I'm smitten.
Yeah,
I'm
she
gonna
just walks
follow
in like, yeah, and then just belts out these notes. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Well,
There
of
you go.
course.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right. All right.
Who's next to Tara?
Ruby Turner.
Oh,
on
Ruby,
vocals.
nice to meet you. You guys are, I love your sounds just, I'm completely smitten.
Yeah. Yeah. And on
Derek
bass.
Fuchs on bass.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
I worked with him. So we were kind of like figuring out how do we know each other. Yeah.
2 degrees of separation.
Small world, yeah.
Howard Thompson on guitar.
All right.
Howard.
Thanks
Oh,
for
that's a
coming.
good band name, Howard
Yeah.
Thompson. Yeah, I
It's
like
like
that.
the Thompson twins.
Right.
So, first and foremost, and it's a hokey question, it's a typical question, but what do you describe your music as? And I know sometimes, especially musicians today, don't want to pigeonhole to a specific genre, but there's some blues, some soul. What are you kind of identifying?
That's pretty much it. You know,
Okay.
the album comes from a blues and gospel base, right?
Okay.
Okay.
And then the styles that have grown out of that, right? So
Yeah.
everything from rock to soul, you know.
But
to
what
kinda
was in
some
your head,
jazz.
Terrace? When, like, who assembled the band? Did you all, and what was in your head? Was the sound in your head first and you went and picked everybody to fit that sound? Or did you say, oh, I love her singing and I love his bass playing, and you pulled the band together that way?
You know, it's interesting how it came together.
Please say, John, that was a good question.
It
That's a
wasn't.
great.
It
That's
was
a great
tough-
question.
Thank you, because we have
Well
a
said.
competition every week, and
You
I
have a
needed a
future in
score.
Ro-
I needed
you
a
have
point.
a future with Rolling Stone.
Thank you. I
Let me
appreciate
just
that.
Let me just
All
tell
right.
you that. But
Set the
you
bar
know,
low.
it's kind of organic. I started out, getting into Muddy Waters and these guys when people were discovering Nirvana and Pearl Jam. I was getting into James Brown and Aretha Franklin. So that kind of started the process. I had been conceiving these songs and developing them, and then about 10 years ago, I had the incredible opportunity to play in a funk band with Howard and Derek. And that was just an awesome experience. And then that kind of splintered up, and Derek invited me over to play with a jazz group that he was in. And I'm like, I don't know how to play jazz. And he's like, well,
Figure it out.
Here's the fake book, learn.
Sink or swim, Terrace.
Yeah, but it's been a great experience, right? So that got me into jazz. And then as these songs started to come together, I knew there was a real gospel sound there. But to actually get that vision out, I had to find gospel voices. And I had such a difficult time doing that. And then almost providentially from God, in walks in Carmelita and Ruby. And they really reinvigorated the project. Hearing their voices on my songs made the vision really start to come together.
Crazy, yeah.
And then Chris came in after that. We played, actually the last live gig that we played, Derek and I, a jazz gig, Chris played with us.
Which was 2 New Years ago.
Oh, okay.
New Year's 2020, who knew?
Yeah.
But, I was just so impressed with Chris's sound because he not only had the heavy funk sound, he also had the jazz feel too happening. So I'm like, I want to play with this guy. And then the awesome engineer who helped me finally get my record together and completed, amazing genius musician by the name of Peter Natishan, connected me with Tara because we had the song Life Goes On, and we had a rough recording with another vocalist, Nadia Soul, who actually wrote the lyrics for it. She was unavailable, and I'm like, who are we going to get to sing this?
And she appeared.
And then Pete brought Tara to me, and we got in the studio, and I was just blown away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
how
I
can
can
you
see
not be?
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually what I whispered to Arthur. I was like, I am blown away because it's such a unique. You don't know what to expect. Everybody's kind of coming in, setting up frantically. You're all doing your thing, and you don't know. Not frantic in a sense, but it's chaotic, right? You're the musicians, and it came together effortlessly. I mean, completely effortlessly. So.
Wow,
where are you guys gonna-
that's a testament to these guys.
Yeah.
They're just I am so blessed to be able to play with them. They're
Where
incredible
and
musicians.
speaking of them, where will you be performing? I mean, have you gotten gigs since
Well,
things are starting to open?
Yeah, now that things are starting to open up, we've been rehearsing for the last month or so, and now that things are opening up, we're looking to do a record release because we were never able to do a vinyl release party. We're looking at maybe something in August, maybe at the Parkway Theater. Rocks Landing is another great McKees Rocks venue that we're looking at. And then there's a number of, I think, opportunities, outdoor shows that are going to start opening up. So we're really gearing up for that. We are available to your listening and viewing audience if anyone is interested. But yeah, that's kind of the next step. And
do they get the Jagoff 10% discount?
Oh, how about that? But to me, what is fascinating to me and what these musicians bring to the table is that you start with a vision in your head. And then what these guys are able to do to take it to the next level. Howard wrote the guitar part to Courthouse Blues that we're going to be playing in a minute. It just took that song to a new level. Derek walked in. He loved the record, and he's like, hey, I got these ideas on bass. And so he came in. It was just he and I a couple months ago. And when I heard his bass lines for these songs, I'm like, wow, these songs live are going to take on a whole new life than they do on the record. And it's kind of fun. As we're playing them live, they start to get funkier. They start to get more jam-oriented. And I'm just thrilled at what's going to come next.
Well, listen, when you guys, again, when you just started playing, it was like, what the hell are we even doing here right now?
Like
it was
just
crazy. And like that, like Terrace really kept this all under wraps. He's like, hey, I got this band. Yeah,
you
okay.
might like them.
Yeah, right. You guys are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and if we can be helpful, because we have a couple events too that maybe we can connect and see
Love
where
to.
we could get you guys coming on.
Yeah, we're doing the Rorick parking lot tours and Johnny Angel's Ginchy Stuff.
Hey.
Parking lot over, and we've been getting it's people just come and set up fire pits and food in the parking lot, and we've it's been a good time.
That's what we're hearing.
Pete Hewlett was just there.
A lot of this summer is going to be parking lot, which is cool.
Great.
Pete Hewlett just did it, and we had an amazing job. Yeah. So all right, well, so where does everybody find you guys online?
So leakyfaucetblues.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then the title of the EP is Battle Scars.
Yep.
Leaky Faucet, and you can find that anywhere your music streams, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, you name it. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, so check us out.
And you have a day job, McKees Rock CDC. We'll have to talk about it at some point.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Right, exactly. All right.
Everyone has to answer this, so you're talking, sister. All right. What is that thing that you ate recently that is haunting you? So kickboxing would be ideal. What is your hidden? Like I said, I just ate. My son bought one of those little almond tort cakes.
Oh yeah.
And I'll have a bite. And then I was like, I'm kickboxing tomorrow, so it'll be fine. What's yours?
Pierogies covered in butter.
Oh,
that's a really good one.
How about that?
That's really
fried
good.
or boiled?
We're all gonna
fried
be
or boiled?
hungry. Oh, that's
fried
a
or
good question.
boiled? You
Fried.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Or boil them and then fry.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, a whole bunch of potatoes.
Potatoes. All
That's
right.
a good one.
Well, my thing is I nibble on everything, so I like everything. And
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
See,
Same.
you know,
I'm a nibbler.
yeah.
There you go. Ruby?
Well, I'm a big person. I like hoagies.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah, there you go. It runs the gamut.
Banana Bell
One of
Man.
the sandwiches from Pappy's.
Oh, he knew right away.
Right.
A bunch of pizza and beer.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
beer's a good one.
Yeah, Terrace.
I'm going to do a plug here for Bobby D's is right up the street, but they have some great brisket there.
Okay. All right. Good one. Yeah. Awesome.
Guys,
Cool.
good answers, good music. You have to come back, and let's stay in touch. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for the
So are we going to
Appreciate
talk to Arthur while they set
We'll
up?
talk to Arthur while they set
All
up.
right.
Yeah,
Cool.
then-
All right. Come on in, Arthur. Yep. All right.
So I have to tell you guys real quickly, though. My dad was...
We have wipes down there, Arthur. What's that? Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Ruby, do you want your cane?
He'd rather drum. Oh, yeah, he used to drum and sing background. Yeah, so pretty cool. But I can't wait for him to hear you guys. So thank you so much. Yeah.
We're still on Facebook. All right, Facebook. So, Facebook, we're going to interview Arthur Moats, who hasn't been here for a while. Then the band's going to play, and we're going to get out of here. All right. Arthur, if you want to go up to that end there. And we do have wipes if you want to wipe the microphone down. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Do it. No, it should be good. All right, so Facebook Live, we're still here. Sorry, we got a little distracted
Rachel
there.
had to go chat
Rachel
music.
had to go chat. All right,
Can't help
so
myself.
we are coming back into the interview here and listening to the Leaky Faucet, and they're amazing. If you missed them here, then you're bad. You're a Jagoff, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you can follow them. But Arthur Moats, let's spell this one out. You were on our podcast once a month for about a year, and then COVID hit,
It just killed everything.
and
right?
it's just like forget about it.
It's
But
been rough.
what we loved was, as that was happening, right before that was happening, your book came out. You're on 93.7 The Fan. You're doing all kind of speaking engagements because you are just all around. And I know you're humble, but you're all around one of the best people I've ever met. I've said it from the beginning.
I appreciate you.
and like a true Jagoff, you walk in here post-COVID losing. How much weight have you lost?
I know you look like a different person.
Whatever you lost,
Man,
I found
I feel
it.
good. No, I'm down probably like 50 right now.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God, yeah.
Well, you know, I went through my phase of, all right, when I retired, I said, I don't want to work out.
Yes,
So
sure.
I enjoyed that. It was fun. But then one day I woke up and I said, had
Enough.
a pair of shorts. It was like a shorts that typically are a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like I'm fitting these a little too good
Yeah.
right now. I was like, all right, we're not going to do this.
Well, and age does that too, as we told you, right?
So yeah, from then on, man, after that, I was like, all right, let's start getting back in, doing some workout stuff
Yeah.
like that. Nothing out the ordinary, but just more intentional with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's been paying off. It's been good, and I feel great. So, yeah.
Oh my
Did you
God.
change your, like Tim said, he has not changed his diet. Did
Yeah.
you change your diet?
No, that was my thing. I said,
Okay.
I don't want to change how I eat. So
Okay.
when I played, right, that was a big thing that people always ask me. Man, do you starve yourself or have this super healthy diet? And I was like, no, I would rather just work out more so I can enjoy what I want to eat.
Yeah.
So I had to find that balance as a retired player because I'm not working out the same way as when I was playing.
Sure.
But it's like, man, you enter in a couple of, healthier styles of eating, but at the same time be more intentional with your workouts.
Yeah.
Doing this type of stuff as well, man, cardio, kickboxing,
Yeah.
and things like that. And, it's been good, though.
What is that thing that now, I don't want to out you too much, but
Yeah.
you're pretty good about your family life and how
Uh-huh.
important that is to you and what you guys do at home. So while you were home, what was
Yeah.
that thing that you were ordering all the time? Takeout.
Man, honestly, Francis was McDonald's.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man. My baby boy loves it.
Oh, get
like
out.
for his birthday, that's all he wants. Like every day he can eat McDonald's. So for us, it's super convenient because it was one located near us.
Right.
So yeah, it was plenty of times during
That's
the
your
pandemic
guilty.
where we're like, yo, all right, I know we just had it yesterday.
Right.
But, we don't have to get the nuggets. We could go with the sandwiches
Oh,
today.
that's him.
You got to
That's him.
alternate.
We cannot
Sometimes we
drive
go
past.
Big Mac. Sometimes it's McChicken. Sometimes it's, yeah. So that's
Well-
kind of how we went through it. But, yeah, that's definitely the guilty
Okay,
one right
that's
there.
good to know because he literally is like, it is my weakness. Like we will,
Yeah.
at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when we've not eaten, he
Uh-huh.
goes, Rachel, please,
Yeah.
can we just go through the drive-thru?
They just need to mainline a burger right
you,
here.
You can get what? Let's see, breakfast there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So it's been plenty of times I go and I'm like, I'm gonna get me I'll get a McMuffin today.
Yeah.
I know it's 3 in the afternoon, but I'm feeling brunchy right now. That's what you love about it. I'm feeling brunchy.
I love it.
And so let's talk about it's funny because if you're listening to the podcast, you hear a lot of noise because they're all punching and
Yes.
in your routine when you're a professional athlete, does anything like this ever? I know, we
Yeah.
think of Lynn Swan took ballet and all these things.
Yeah.
So what was unique within your workout routine that
Absolutely.
kept you?
No, so I was big on cross training. So for me, I
Okay.
did Pilates since my second year in the league. And not only did I do Pilates, I would also take Taekwondo. Because for me, I was like, man, I'm used to hand-to-hand combat. And my background growing up, I was a wrestler in high school. So I was already used to just how that helps with leverage, footwork, conditioning. So I was like, let me just continue to implement those same principles that got me here while I'm here and ultimately just continue to work on my game. So those are the two unique things that I would do from just a cross-training standpoint.
Okay.
And then just the misery standpoint, go to California and run sand dunes. I hate it because it was just the worst thing ever.
I
But,
bet.
the workout was always going to be awesome. But those are the things that I did instead of just focusing solely on football workouts.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
there you
that's-
go.
Yeah.
And,
And
there's
then-
always that thing you didn't want to do, which I love that you said
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Because when we talk to Santonio,
Hate it.
that's what he talks about is being
Yeah.
in Florida and
Chasing the rabbits when he was a
And
kid,
see,
right?
Oh,
so
God.
for him, he's chasing rabbits. For us, it was like, okay, I'm going to go to these sand dunes, this nice mountainy, just sand. So every step, every run feels like you're starting over with the weight vest on, and
Right.
it's miserable.
I'm
But
sure.
you go through it, it feels like just absolute heck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when you get to training camp, you're in the best shape of your life.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You get to the season, and you're like, oh, that's it?
Right.
Like, I feel great. I
I
can
can
run
do
for
this.
days.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm sure you heard Tim talking about, as we're here and we're saying, this is a routine that I want to get into. And everybody does want to know, like, how long does it take until? Do you
right.
agree? Is it about 30 days to kind of feel?
Yeah, you can feel that. Honestly, for me, and ultimately, I think he'll say the same thing. It depends on how
person.
frequently you're doing it, right?
sure.
So for me, when I started out, I was going 4 days a week. But my intensity level was high, so even though I only needed 60 minutes, I was going to be putting in a crazy amount of effort during that 60 minutes. Now, not everybody is a professional athlete, right? Not everybody has that type of drive.
Right.
So you have to understand that if you take it a little bit easy, you're still going to see results, but it's going to take just a little bit longer. But I always tell people this as well. Being fit is not a destination, it's a journey. You don't just wake up one morning and you're fit and you just stop there. No, because you're going to be gone. You're not going to be fit anymore. So it's something that you figure out how you can implement a healthy way of living. What type of workouts do I like that I feel I can do for the next however many years?
Right.
And I'm comfortable doing that. And it doesn't hurt my body. It doesn't put too much stress on me.
Right.
So I feel like when you figure that out, then you're fine. Then from
Yeah.
there, it's just more so managing your expectations. If you're a
good
person
point.
that wants to go just twice a week, cool. You're
Right.
going to get results, but it's just going to take a little bit longer.
No.
And that's fine.
Right.
As long as you're comfortable with it. But when you get the people that are in this mindset of it has to be 4 days a week, I have to kill myself, it has to be that, then that's when the expectations start to vary a little
Gotcha.
bit. But as long
Yeah,
as you go in with a plan, you're good.
Yeah.
Like we just had Leslie Bonsi on, the
Nutrition.
dietitian to the Kansas City Chiefs and whatever, and we're basically out. Mine's a game. If I want to go eat a permane sandwich tonight, because I'll never give them up, what do I have to
Right.
do over the next week to get rid of that? But
Right.
I think it's all a matter of that consistency and exercise, so that your metabolism, I guess, goes up. Right.
So, because that's my mindset. So you hear people talk about their cheat days. I don't like having to deal with cheat days or not, because what if I want this pizza on a Tuesday?
Yeah.
I don't want to wait till Friday to eat it. But if I already implement just a healthy lifestyle
Yeah.
throughout, now I don't have to worry about can I eat this today or not. Well, I'm counting the calories in it and stuff like that. If it's a bunt cake, all right, I'm going to eat the bunt cake because I make sure I put the work in throughout, so it doesn't matter when I go to do it. And like I said, I don't work out nowhere near as hard as when I was playing.
Sure.
I feel like I'm working out at a normal person's pace right here, so it's good. But
Yeah.
that's kind of my mentality. Just continue to do it. It doesn't have to, and you're going to have bad days. It's days, man, I wake up, I'm like, man, I'm supposed to get that workout in.
Sure.
It didn't happen
Right.
today.
And life goes on.
It happens. I'm
Yeah.
like, cool.
Right. Yeah,
But that's
right.
why I say it's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
Because if it's a destination, I'm going to get there and I'm going to feel like, man,
I'm
I
here.
failed, or I'm already here. I'm in
Yes.
shape. But who cares?
Yeah.
But when you realize it's a journey, it's a day-to-day thing, that changes the perspective. That'll keep you doing it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I always say, man.
I love it. I love
And
it
I
now.
guess the other piece to it is, a healthy atmosphere at home, which
yes,
easy segue for you
Yes.
because one of our the reason that, and I'm not kidding when I say you're one of my favorite interviews, is because you are a good 10 years younger than me, and I loved seeing, we tell the story all the time that I saw you on a cruise with your family. You were different than everybody else. But having gotten to know you and your family, that's how you are. You you shine the brightest when you're with
Oh, yeah, those
Shonda
my
and the
people.
kids.
Those
They're
are
your
my
peeps.
people.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
First of all, what was it like during COVID? Did you watch every movie on Netflix? Because we know you're a movie buff. Like I'm
Tiger
telling you
King? Was Tiger King on that?
Oh,
list?
yeah.
We already
we
talked
were
about it.
part of the Tiger King
Okay.
fate. Like,
Yeah.
we embraced it. You had some people, Tiger King came out and they wanted to, go against the grain. No, who gonna watch the Tiger? We went head first. And we were loving it. We was over here, get the Tigers out here, man. What's Carol Baskins doing? We was on that vibe, all right?
Right.
We were all the way there with
Because we all
Yeah.
thought the whole thing was going to be about a 3-month stretch,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And then you're
No.
like, oh, God, 6 months into it, like,
Yeah.
I've watched everything right now.
So
Yeah.
listen, man, we went from Tiger King to You Don't Mess with Cats. Like, we watched it all. we went in. We were locked in. If there was a Netflix show, in fact, we're still taking recommendations. If y'all have recommendations for Netflix or whatever other shows, put it in the comment section because we always look for action.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
And all the kids, what are they watching? What are
Yeah,
the
so
kids?
man, let's see. We've watched pretty much every Teen Titans show.
Oh, yeah.
We've watched every, let's see, Kim Kardashian, Keeping Up with Kardashian show. I've watched every anime show because my little girl, she's into anime. So yeah, we're all over the place right now.
Okay.
But it's always entertaining.
Yeah.
To say the least,
Yeah.
it's always entertaining.
What about TikTok? Are you in any of the kids' I don't know
So-
this because I'm not a big
Yeah,
TikToker.
so I'm not a big TikToker. My
Okay.
daughter does. I make a cameo for her every once in a while.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not really
Yeah.
my thing.
I have
Yeah.
seen Shonda has done
Oh, yeah.
it before, and I'm like, oh, that's too cute. And
Yeah.
my daughter on Mother's Day was like, can we do a TikTok? I was like, no. No, you don't
Yeah,
need me.
for
Do
me, I'm
it.
just kind of like, all right, it's cool.
Now you're staying busy. You have radio shows. You still have your book
Man,
out. So
it's been
you
going
have
crazy.
your own podcast. So we don't normally talk shop around here, but we have caller on the line. Tim, the owner of this place, specifically handed us a note and said, "Ask him about the Steeler draft pick." So let's talk about your podcast, your radio show, and dovetail that into what's happening with the Steelers.
Yeah, man. So a quick update. Let's see. For my podcast, man, the Art the Most Experience with Deke. It's been going crazy, blowing up in a big way. I've transferred a lot of my media content to just one place, which is YouTube now. So you just search Arthur Moats, you'll find the YouTube page there. But it's been growing. Throughout the pandemic, man, we saw crazy growth.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you get a fulfilling feeling when it's something that you created, something that you put your time in, you invest into it, and you see the rewards of it. You see people, appreciating the content. So for me, I'm loving that.
Yes.
Still doing my Steelers shows as well. 93.7 The Fan is still going strong with those guys, man. Like, it's just been a good experience for me, man. So
It's
glad.
enough that it breaks up life for you, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I mean, because we've talked to like Tyler Kennedy, and he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do at this point, in
Right.
my life. And you're young and you've been successful, but you don't want to just sort of sit back and
yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, I retired, but I was 30, 31 years old, so
Yeah.
you're still young.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm like, no matter how much money you've made, you're not going to just sit there
No.
in your house from
Yeah.
the age of 31 until you pass away. Like, you will go crazy.
Yeah.
So for me, man, it was like, well, what am I passionate about? I love talking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now let's create things where I can talk about sports. Let's talk about lifestyle content. Let's do interviews. So I'm able to do that, but then at the same time, be able to create a book and be an author. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I still love that process. And even though we had to hit the pause button, right? Just
Sure.
because of the COVID situation and stuff like that. Now that things are getting back open, man, I'm excited because now we get to get back on that tour
Right.
and get that thing going as
Yeah.
well. So it's like I said, it's a good space for me right now.
And couldn't
Yeah.
be for a better person. In fact, one of the last places we saw him was the Wahlburger book signing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
People were
right,
coming
yeah.
up because
Absolutely.
they
And
were
your
coming out of
book
the
is going well?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
man. And that
Yeah.
was a fun night too,
Yes,
right?
it was fun.
Jeez.
And we have opportunity for, we don't invite
Yeah.
you on just to have a
Oh, hey
conversation.
now,
we
hey
have
now.
like other things we have to talk about
like
because we
it.
need you to do some more book tours.
Right.
But talk a little bit about, and we know you love to talk shop.
Yeah.
What, per Tim's question,
Yeah,
what do you
seriously.
think about the draft picks?
No, so for me, man, I enjoyed the draft picks for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I thought that even though they didn't address necessarily the biggest needs early on, they got very talented
Yeah.
players very
Right,
early
right.
on. Najee Harris at pick 24. Some people don't like running backs in the first round, but when you look at who was available, this kid was going to be the best guy that was available at that spot.
Yeah.
You take him.
So you agree with that?
Absolutely.
And wait,
theory,
'cause
yes.
you know what tugged on my heartstrings. Next day, headline, Post-Gazette.
Yeah.
His party, they always focus on the party,
Yeah.
was at the home in which he lived from
Yeah.
time to. What a great guy. I mean, if that
Absolutely,
doesn't scream
man.
Pittsburgh, what does?
Yes. I love that about him right
Yeah.
there, man. Anytime you're able to bring in good character guys, and that's more of a testament to Mr. Rooney, Kevin Colbert, and Mike Tomlin, man. They do a good job of bringing high character guys in because even when you have an outlier, a flaw, right? Somebody that kind of goes against the grain. When you're surrounded by that many good character guys, you're able to overcome that adversity. You're able to overcome the distractions and things like that. So, man, seeing that Najee was doing that on draft night, that lets me know,
Amazing.
yes, this is going to be a good guy right here.
And let's go to the biggest question. Are we in for just sadness when Ben retires? Like years of sadness until we grow?
Man, it's dependent right now, right?
He almost said yes. No.
Because it's the thing. We never know how the quarterback draw plays out, right?
Right.
Mason, he's shown signs of development last year, but it's still a very, very small sample size. Dwayne Haskins, high pedigree guy, not a lot of productivity thus far.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's still a lot of question marks surrounding those guys, but hopefully they're a year or two away from being thrust into that role. Because with Mason, I still feel like you didn't want Mason thrown into that role his second year into the NFL.
Sure.
Like
Yep.
that's not going to be a good situation for anybody.
Right.
And for him, just playing at that position, it gets highlighted even more. So I still feel like, man, I want to see now that he's had some time to reflect, now that he's had some time to lick his wounds, so to
Yeah,
speak.
sure.
Yeah.
How does he respond to that? Because
Yeah.
as players, we all go through the bad moments. We all have
Absolutely.
some bad plays out
Yeah.
there, but how do you respond to it?
Well-
And that's what I'm interested to see
and
with
even
him.
Ben, I'm not controversial at all, but
Yeah.
we all know
Yeah,
he
seriously,
had some stuff that
absolutely.
he had to
Yes.
overcome, not even on the field,
Right.
but as a human being. And
Yeah.
I love, again, I throw the mom thing in, but I love watching. It's important to me that my kids follow along with people, but know that people make mistakes.
Yes,
athletes
absolutely.
aren't
Nobody is
unhuman.
perfect.
Yeah.
Listen, I tell people all the time, man. You were the greatest since high school. I'm like, actually, no, man. I was barely all district growing up in high school, and then it's like, talk about trouble. I was kicked out of my school. I was in an alternative school.
I remember the story.
It happens.
It's
But
happened.
that's the beauty of life, man. As long as you're here, it's not about what you just did. What you just did doesn't define you. Is it a blip? Does it pop up on your resume? Sure.
Yep.
But your resume is continuing to breathe every day that you're alive. You have a chance to change that narrative. You have a chance to positively impact someone every single day. And that's kind of how I live. So I don't let my past mistakes define who I am going forward.
I love it.
He's the best dad.
Oh my God, yeah.
the best
Are you
dad
taking
ever.
applications for
Listen,
a kid? Because
man,
I want to be your kid.
I live my life like Miss Frizzle, okay? I like to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. That's how I do it, all right? That's what I do.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's never be afraid. That's for sure. I love it.
And that is
Arthur.
why he is tied for my favorite interview.
There you go.
Right?
Tied. How about she said tied?
It's all
She
good.
didn't. What?
It's all good. It's
He
all
knows.
good.
He knows who's up against. He knows they're
Well,
players to
Because,
fill.
John, you had the better question today anyways.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Arthur.
I had to prompt
crappy
it.
was that
I did have to
question?
prompt him. I slid her a 5. Did you see that?
That's a stupid question. I'm sorry. I love you to death,
How
John, but
controversial.
it's the best
Right
question
now.
I've ever heard. And
So I'm not controversial, but your question was stupid. All right? Tell them how you really feel.
I don't want to be her
You
kid.
said we could put a face up here, right? I'm just told us.
No, listen. And this is where he'll make fun of me. But being on the school board,
Oh, there it is.
I
We got.
know. My
Uh-oh.
friends text me and they go, "Stop the face. It's written all over your face. I know exactly what you're thinking. I can't help it. It is what it is." Listen,
All
you're
right.
the best.
You are the best. I'm so glad you came out. They love this place,
I
right?
do. Listen,
Yeah.
when y'all said kickboxing, I said I don't even work out on Saturdays, but I'm pulling up. all
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I love
I'm
it.
pulling up.
We
I gotta
want
get. I
any
gotta hit a
reason
little
to
bit of these
see
bags.
you.
man.
Well, we're going to Mancini's and Ernie Ritchie's to pig out after this.
So, Arthur, you heard the question of the day. Before we get to it,
Yeah.
where does everybody follow you, find you? Go to YouTube.
Yeah, man. First off, definitely go to YouTube. Just type in Arthur Moats. It'll pop up, man. You'll see the channel there. Subscribe. Make sure you enjoy the content. Also, any of the social media platforms at DaBody52. That's DABODY52. And you can't go wrong. And then I also got the website, ArthurMoats55.com.
So I'll tell you, you'll appreciate this. My middle son, who is always my troublemaker, he posts photos of himself a lot
Yeah.
on Instagram. We posted a family photo and said, I forget if it was his confirmation, whatever. And I said, Dominic, my gosh, people, I can't believe how many likes you got on Instagram.
Yeah.
Now, I could care less, but it was just shocking that
Right,
it
right.
happened so quickly. Having a candid conversation, and he goes, Mom, I was shocked at how little you had. He goes, but you did get Rob Rossi and Arthur Moats. I said, well, I don't know if it's quality over quantity or what. but-
Quality, man.
so thank you for that. You gave me a little clout with my
Hey,
14-year-old.
I appreciate it. Anytime I see it, I try to double click, I'm a double clicker. I'm a part of that movement.
You are. All right, question of the day. What is that thing that you recently ate that you're like, thank goodness I'm working out or taking a kickboxing class?
So actually not last night, Friday night, because
Okay.
this is Sunday.
Yeah.
But Friday night is movie night in the Moats household. So during movie night, we like to pig out. So I myself, the little quart Ben and Jerry ice creams
Yes.
with the Reese's in it.
Reese's.
Oh,
Yeah. It was like a half of Reese, cut on each
Yes.
one. Yeah, I ate a whole one of those watching the movie.
It didn't
makes
feel
me
bad
feel
about
so
it at
much
all,
better.
I
right?
didn't feel guilty at all. I washed it down with a nice Mountain Dew, the Melon Dew. Oh, man.
And you're like, this is what a woman in
man.
menopause feels like
man.
right
And
now, right?
Shonda was probably like, what are you
Listen,
doing?
I told my wife I loved her. They had a nightcap with gummy bears. So yes,
Cute.
this is
You
definitely
make
why.
everybody else feel better.
Arthur Moats, you're the best. We
Yes.
really appreciate you
I
hanging
just
out
try to
with
be
us.
transparent. Let the people know that, hey, this is real.
Right?
It's real. So
Good
you
story.
get the people that posted pictures that are just flawless abs, and I'm like, no, I work out, but I also pig out.
There
So
you go.
perhaps
Goes
we
both
ask
ways.
everybody, if
Hashtag
you're
workout,
eating Ben
pig
and
out.
Jerry's ice cream this week, tag Arthur Moats.
Absolutely.
go.
It's that simple.
Make him feel it. That's awesome. Arthur Moats, you're the best. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
man.
And thank you to Tim here at I Love Kickboxing.
gosh,
Thank
the
you
Leaky
to
Faucet.
the Leaky Faucet. It's totally awesome. Terrace, who kind of pulled this all together.
Yeah.
Really, Tim is the guy, and your
Tim the tool man.
cousin Brian
My
pulled
cousin
it all
Brian,
together,
he's over
right?
there kickboxing,
He's over
yeah.
there kickboxing. So we got to thank everybody. And, of course, thanks to Rorik Honda, right? They're the best. things look a little different in the inventory. It's a little thinner, but Honda has a warehouse full of cars to suit your needs. And if we haven't mentioned this enough yet, this is the perfect time to trade in your car. It's the highest trade-in value you're going to get. So visit the showroom in Bloomfield and tell them the Jagoff sent you. There may be an incentive. As always, visit Rourke.com for all of your vehicle needs. And we are going to end this Facebook video with our friends, our newfound friends, and Arthur's going to dance. All right? So the Leaky Faucet. Do it.
One, two, three. Oh!
Let's hear it. All right. That said Facebook Live. Go have a good day. Listen to the podcast on Tuesday when it comes out. Cool.